Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, and everything in between, welcome back to the UGC League. This is going to be game number 2 of Too Many Creeps versus 9-inch Malez. Once again, it sounds like a terrible, horrible porno that I don't wish on anybody to view. But, we got the Dota game. We got the Dota game version, and it's going to be a gooder. Game number 1, we saw Too Many Creeps just hold out and against a really aggressive push, and they used their split push powers to the greatest potential they possibly could. They had a Queen of Pain, a Storm Spirit, and a Phantom Lancer, all just flying around to different corners of the map, chipping away at towers, breaking down racks whenever they got the opportunity, and it was friggin' beautiful. They played so damn well, and they've taken game number 1. So we're heading into game number 2. This is the semifinals of the UGC League Season 4 playoffs of the Western Invite Division. So these are the top of the top, the cream de la cream, I mean, this is it. This is it. The winner of this goes on to the finals to face the winner of No Brood Mama versus. I wanna think of it without looking. Okay, I'm gonna look. We got late game. We got late game. Yeah. Okay. I dropped the ball. But that's okay. So it's going to be a really good series. I am super stoked to see this second game happen. If Too Many Creeps can take this one, that'll be it. 9-inch Malez are booted out the door, down into the bronze match, and we'll be facing off against the loser of No Brew Moment versus We Got Late Game. So that's it. Draft is happening. Let's pop on over to that, and I will see you guys soon. What am I talking about? I'm staying here. I'm not going anywhere.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
There we go. Cool. Alrighty, so we're in the game. We're good to go. And Too Many Creeps banning out the Tusk right off the bat. I think they did the same thing last game, so not too surprising there. Bounty Hunter again banned out by 9-inch Malez. I think they are. I think they really think they really favor that hero and/or find it to just be brutal. I don't know, maybe they've done their research. I haven't actually looked into these teams all that much, so I don't know if Too Many Creeps likes to run Bounty Hunter a lot, but I don't ever recall playing them, seeing them play. Is this an American-based league? It is based in America. I believe all of the admins and stuff are American, but we have divisions for South America, North America, and I believe Europe as well. Yeah, so we've got Western, Central, and Eastern invites, and then we've got the NA Steel, NA Iron, South American Iron, EU Iron, and Asia Iron. So there is a league for Asia, Europe, South America, North America, and then there's all of the invite divisions as well. So it's international. It's all over the board. If you want to play Dota, check out UGCLeague.com. We are in the playoffs right now, so the signups for Season 5 should be coming out in the next 2 or 3 weeks. I don't want to say anything because I don't know. I haven't talked to the admins. I don't know what they're planning. So for all I know, there could not even be a Season 5. But the way it's worked every other season is we've had our playoffs, they've gone out, and then a couple weeks after the playoffs have concluded, info for the next season has come out, everyone throws in their signups, and we get her going. So if that pattern holds true, then you'll be seeing stuff on on the UGC League website in a little bit. Cool poster, can I have it? No, you can't. Actually, I didn't really get to show it off all that much, and you know, I haven't talked about the draft much, but I promise I will get to that. But if you look at my webcam here, I've got both hero posters. That's from 2012, and that one is from 2014. I can't point. Yeah, 2014 over there. And then I've got a few other ones over here. This is just like a poster I got. I got Bloodseeker 1 down here. I used to have a Morphling one here, but it fell down. This is my Dead Rising 3 one from when I worked on Dead Rising 3. I worked at Capcom for a little while. And then this is my like special Drow Ranger concept art poster. So I've got I got my space tricked out, man. And I'm gonna get the hero poster from this year's International as well. I'm going down there to Seattle in a couple weeks. It's gonna be awesome. So I'll have the new and updated poster to put right behind me, and then I'll probably move that one over somewhere else. But anyways, I will stop yapping my face, stop showing you my ugly mug, and get back to the game where we have seen a Zeus and a Bloodseeker picked up by 9-inch Malez. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. So, Bloodseeker, I mean, he's just stupid hero. He's a stupid hero. Nobody likes Bloodseeker. No one should like Bloodseeker. He should be banned from the game. I actually would rather he be removed from the game than Techies. Like, screw that hero. But there's a really fun synergy here that we might get to see, and that is, of course, Blood Rage. When it's cast on somebody, it gives them a percentage damage bonus on anything they do. Not just auto attacks, but anything they do. So when you get that to level 4, that's a 40% damage increase on spells like this, Thunder God's Wrath. You get, I mean, if you get a 475 damage Thunder God's Wrath multiplied by 40% extra damage, I am terrible at math, but that ends up somewhere in the range of 6-ish, 7-ish hundred damage on the Zeus ulti. And then if you get a refresher on top of that, it's even more. If you have an Aghanims, that's 640 times 40% times 2. Shit gets ridiculous. So I actually really hope we see this Zeus on a core roll. They ran it on support last game. Actually, no, they didn't. It was too many creeps that ran the Zeus last game. So I'm backwards there. But yeah, Queen of Pain, Earthshaker for too many creeps. They're going. They're running their Queen of Pain again. They really like that hero, but looks like they're going to be running a little bit more of a standard draft this game. They banned out the Storm Spirit, which they themselves ran last game. So definitely kind of centering their draft in a different focus. And it looks like they're kind of aiming at the team fights this game. They got the Earthshaker for the Echo Slam. They've got the Queen of Pain for the Sonic Wave, and etc. And other such things. So we'll probably see them draft kind of more towards the team fight as the game breaks out. But this is really, really weird. This is a few picks that are just super, super backwards. Like, for example, we've got the Clockwork banned out by 9-inch Malez, which I think would be amazing against too many creeps. Like, Earthshaker, frickin', like, he just gets wrecked by a Clockwork. His cast point is too long for him to be able to cast any spells and cogs. He's useless if he gets hooked. Queen of Pain, she can blink out, but she does have a really, really rough time against Clockwork just because he has a 2.3 second magic immunity piercing stun that can, get her, it can put her in position to get messed up by a lot of other things. So Clockwork would have been great for 9-inch Malez, but they banned it out themselves. And I don't know if Clock is all that good against much that 9-inch Malez has. I mean, Bloodseeker can kind of just fight Clock in the cogs. Zeus isn't great for it, but he usually picks up a 4-staff, which will put him outside the cogs, so he's not too big, and it's not too big an issue there. So they ban out a hero that I think would be good for them and not that great for too many creeps. On the other side of it, too many creeps banned out the Storm Spirit, which they played to great effect in the last game, and they're like, well, we played it well, I guess we don't want them to have it. Like, I don't know, it just seemed like a couple of weird picks. And 9-inch Malez, they grabbed themselves the Zeus, which was too many creeps first phase pick as well last game. So everything is just kind of wacky this game, but we'll see how the draft progresses. Both teams seem to have a pretty good idea of what they're doing, and these teams are definitely much more skilled than I am, so I won't question their drafting choices too much.
Dire team pick.
Rubik. Alright, I really like the Rubik here. It works really well against both of these two heroes, the Queen of Pain and the Earthshaker. You got a little bit of CC to hold them down. You've got the spell steals for, all of those big spells. I don't think there's really too many dud spells to be stolen here. I mean, unless you steal, like, Spirit Breaker's W, or maybe even Enchant Totem is kind of a dud as well, but pretty much everything else is pretty damn useful if Rubik gets it in his own hands. So, interesting draft by 9-inch Malez so far. I'm liking how it's playing out, but they're really going to have to execute to make this draft work. I think Too Many Creeps has the easier to execute draft, whereas 9-inch Malez is really going to have to create an advantage with that Bloodseeker. The Rubik is going to have to move around really efficiently, and Zeus, of course, is going to have to be on his A game. And with this Chen pickup, we now know that Zeus is going to be mid, so mid lane Zeus against the Queen of Pain. That's a real toss-up matchup because Queen of Pain definitely has the aggression and the mobility advantage, but Zeus, I think, has slightly more damage than the Queen of Pain. So if Zeus can kind of chip her down a little bit, if Queen of Pain commits to a fight, Zeus kills her. And so Quap has to be really, really careful about making sure that the only time she ever blinks into a fight is when she is guaranteed to get the kill on that Zeus. If she's not going to get it, she needs to make sure that she's well out of range and can keep that blink up to get herself away from any of 9-inch Malez crap. Now, the Chen pickup, really, really interesting here. I'm liking this. I gotta stop with the really, really, man. Oh, well. Yeah, no, Chen is an interesting pickup. I think it's going to help out with the safe lane a lot. I don't know how well he's going to be able to gank mid is the problem. I think Queen of Pain, if she sees the smoke break on a Centaur or something, she is just going to be gone. She's going to blink away. Chen's not going to do much to the mid lane. But the safe lane, if Chen can come down onto bottom, find the Spirit Breaker playing a little too aggressively, and get a Centaur Stomp off on him, the Rubik and the Bloodseeker can follow up, and that could be easy kills down there. So, okay, chat filling me in with the Zeus stats here. Without Scepter, with the Blood Rage on, it's 665 damage. With the Scepter, it is 945. Of course, that is all magical damage pre-magic magic resistance. So, still frickin' ton of damage. And if you get a refresher, of course, 2 of those will kill an Earthshaker. Might kill a Spirit Breaker, might kill a Quap. So definitely something TMC has to look out for. Alright, into our last stage of bans here. 9-inch Malez is going to ban out the Witch Doctor. I think that's a really good ban. Witch Doctor Cask, of course, lasting extra seconds against creeps, and therefore really, really good at messing up the Chen. He's coming in for a gank. You just kind of throw that coconut, and, you know, Chen's creeps just die. They're gone. And, well, they don't die. They stay, but they're just... They don't do anything, because they're stunned for 10 seconds apiece. But, Wraith King pickup, it's a little bit weird, but kind of shows that Too Many Creeps are really not afraid of what 9-inch Malez has to offer. I mean, the Bloodseeker, it's hard for Bloodseeker to fight against the Wraith King because, like, he gets the Wraith King low, he gets all the extra damage, he gets the extra movement speed and all that. He's like, yay, I'm a happy Bloodseeker, and then Wraith King respawns with full health. And Bloodseeker is in a lot of trouble. As well, the slow on the Wraith King ultimate means that Bloodseeker can't really run away as easily. You know, of course, if there's low heroes around the map, he's going to be able to get out and, you know, skitter around. But for the most part, I don't think Bloodseeker is going to be able to just chase down this Wraith King and kill him like he would most other heroes. Viper going to get picked up by 9-inch Malez here, so... really going to use that to shut down the Wraith King, and I think this is probably going to be going over towards the offlane. Offlane Viper works. Offlane Viper works pretty damn well, and in this scenario where you've got a melee core and a melee support with the Earthshaker and the Wraith King, I think Viper's going to be able to actually run show, if not win that lane outright. Too Many Creeps really needs like a good lane support that can harass the Viper, like a Skywrath Mage or something of that sort. Lina works as well to keep the Viper out of harass range while the Wraith King farms. So good picks there. We'll see how this draft works out. I definitely think that I like the Too Many Creeps draft a little bit better. Like I said, it's a little bit easier to execute. They've got a lot of stuns on their side right now, which is something that was lacking in the last game. And 9-inch Malez, their draft is really heavily reliant on a good early game from Bloodseeker, and you know, they're trying to end this game before 30 minutes. Like, Viper, Bloodseeker, Chen, they just want to hit towers, kill you, and walk into your base. So, anyways, let's introduce the teams once again. Let's fix my overlays, because I didn't do that until halfway through the game last time. And we're going to be some happy campers here. Down towards the bottom lane for Too Many Creeps. We've got Forrest going to be taking that Spirit Breaker. Mid lane, we've got Michael playing the Queen of Pain, Rahul on the Earthshaker. We've got Lina taking the... Lina taken up by Shoe Whistle, and Mr. YouTube, whose name is too long for showing in-game, Wraith King. Over on the Radiant side, 9-inch Malez, we've got Persian Prince going to be taking the Viper. We've got Zeus going to be played by Monster. Burden on the Rubik, ASAP on the Bloodseeker, and a Life on the Chen. We got a couple weird role switches here. I wouldn't call them weird. I think it's just kind of hero comfortability. But Forrest played the Queen of Pain in the last game. And, of course, they played it offlane, so he's kind of in the same role. But they drafted the Queen of Pain again, and it's on Michael instead. And as well, We had a Life playing that 4-position Spirit Breaker, running around just ganking lanes all game, and instead this game he's playing Chen, and will be taking a much more passive jungle role. Chen blocking out that mid wave of creeps to kind of give Zeus a little bit of an edge, but Queen of Pain gets a really, really good block on her side. I think Lina helped out with that as well, so lane is going to be in Queen of Pain's favor for now. And, you know, early last hitting, Queen of Pain, 64 damage. Zeus, 46. And, you know, Arc Lightning will help you with your last hits, but there's only so much you can do. Actually, he's got a bottle coming out to him already. Yeah, he only needed the one last hit. He started out with a lot of extra... he started with only spending 100 of his starting gold. Oh, top lane. Persian Prince, wow. I did not expect him to be getting first-blooded. Viper against the 2 Malez, but yeah, Lina didn't even make it out there to use a spell. It was just the stuns from the Wraith King and the Earthshaker, and that was that. And well played by them. I think I actually got 2 stuns out from the Wraith King, but so first blood goes down on the side of too many creeps. Good start for them, but Viper is back in this lane, and with no mana up on this Wraith King, it's going to be a lot harder for them to get a second kill on Viper. Like I said, he should dominate this lane, and unless there's like the Lina standing there ready to stun him, ready to harass him out with the spells, he's not going to have a great game. Looks like we got Rubik rotating up towards top right now as well. I think they realize that the Bloodseeker is going to be completely safe and happy against the Spirit Breaker. There's not much SP can do to shut down this lane, and he's getting denied quite heavily. So instead they send the Rubik up towards top because they know they can abuse this lane with the Viper. Now Lina kind of just standing around mid. I'm curious to see why she's here. You know, I think Queen of Pain handles this lane pretty damn well against the Zeus. Zeus has no bottle charges and no mana left. Rubik takes his rune up on top, and bottom lane is probably going to get secured by someone else as well. So Zeus is going to be forced to bottle crow, but until then, he does not have... yeah, Zeus is going to be forced to bottle crow, but until then, he has no mana. So he's just going to have to kind of sit on high ground and soak up XP, maybe throw an auto attack or something, but... It's going to be hard for him.
Utterly denied.
Meanwhile, top lane, I think, continues to go the way of 9-inch Malez, despite that first blood. I mean, like I said, Rubik can kind of just sit here and do as he pleases. He's harassing out the Wraith King, and there is a... oh, no. He was just... What was Earthshaker attacking? I guess he stacked and pulled, but the creeps are over here. I don't know. Earthshaker was far away. Lina's coming in to try to help out, but lane's already pushing, so that's not going to find him too many kills as the Viper and the Rubik back up underneath their tower, so they're going to be safe for now. Chen farming away in the jungle, doing his thing, and he's got himself a troll, so maybe he goes for the Spirit Breaker in a second. SB always has that charge, but if you can get a net into maybe a Bloodright, you can probably lock him down long enough to find a kill. And Bloodseeker, yeah, now starting to harass Forest out, keep him away from the creeps, and things are going to just get progressively uglier for the Spirit Breaker down bottom. Bloodseeker has just so much last hit potential, and you can see he's at the top of the charts right now, 16 and 8, while his opposing Spirit Breaker 5 and 1. So good lane for the Bloodseeker. I think 9-inch Malez are actually going to win most of the lanes at this point. Mid questionable as well, because this Queen of Pain should be dominating this Zeus, and is for now. But we'll see as the game progresses. I mean, if gank comes in either way, this mid lane could swing. We see the Chen walking in with a Smoke of Deceit. He's got his creeps in the right little lineup here. He's going to try to go for a Troll Trap into a Centaur stun, but they're going to have to bait this Queen of Pain forward. And oh, she goes for the aggressive blink, gets caught on the other side of the Earthshaker. Oh, Fissure, that could not have gone worse for too many creeps there. They saw the Zeus and they were like, let's do it, and they get a wall off, but this wall puts Zeus on this side, or sorry, wall puts Zeus on this side, Queen of Pain on this side, and Centaur creeps, or Chen creeps right there. It was just comedy of errors on the mid lane there, and Queen of Pain does go down. So that gives Zeus an edge that I think he desperately needs, and he's going to head back to base. Well, bottom lane, some action down here, but the Queen of Pain jumps in to try to help out. They're trying to finish off the Spirit Breaker with the Chen creeps. Will they be able to do it? Oh, they're going to try to trade. He pops off the salve and runs into the trees. The Zeus ulti is going to be there. Spirit Breaker goes down, but the Queen of Pain is going to get the Chen. Will she survive? Blinks back out, and no Troll Trap there to help out. So 2 for 1 down on the bottom lane, and meanwhile, Earthshaker up on top. looks like he just got telekinesis back and the Viper did the damage. That's more than enough, and 3 on 3 is the kill score right now as, yeah, just a lot of really interesting plays across the board. That bottom was just kind of a mess with that Queen of Pain blinking in, and then they got the Spirit Breaker, but then he ran into the trees, and then the Zeus ulti, and just everything was a mess. But anyways, mid lane, they're going on Monster. They are not sparing any expense as the Spirit Breaker charges in. They go under the tower and spend the Sonic Wave. That's going to be it for the Zeus, and another kill going the way of TMC. Now, I was talking about how Zeus got that you know, that kill down on bottom, and then he had that good exchange on mid, finished off the Queen of Pain. So Zeus was sitting in a pretty comfortable position here. He had picked up the Soul Ring, he had his bottle, so he was in good position to start spamming out his spells and start owning that mid lane. But good on them to make sure they got that rotation in and bring that Zeus down. That is a hero you do not want to let run away with a game. Wraith King is farming up a small camp for now. He doesn't really want to get close to this wave just because of how aggressive this Viper can be. And, I mean, we've seen him doing that as, you know... Oh, sorry. Like I said before, this broadcast, I'm on a really weird sleep schedule, and I woke up, you know, 4 o'clock in the afternoon I wake up, and, Captain from Too Many Creeps, he messages me, he's like, hey, where are you, man? We're starting up. I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, like the game's at 4. I was like, what? No, the admins told me it was at 6. I thought I had 2 more hours. I thought I was being a good boy getting up early, and then nope, they were starting without me, and I finally got into the lobby. Thankfully, I'm here casting it, but they never let me know when there's a when they reschedule. It sucks, but oh well. Bloodseeker kind of running around now, looking to see if he can maybe spill some blood. He's got that Rupture ready, and he's moving up towards the top lane. He is getting increasingly faster as heroes are getting chipped down across the board. His movement speed just down under maximum right now as we got the Wraith King healing back up on those lifesteal creeps. But yeah, Bloodseeker's kind of sitting there. They haven't seen him yet. He really wants to find somebody sitting up on this top lane, but the only hero nearby is Lina, and she's smart enough not to get anywhere near these guys, because she knows if you know, one Nether Toxin and she's dead. So staying super far back, just making sure she gets XP, and Bloodseeker just wasted a bunch of his time up here. Meanwhile, the Earthshaker sits mid, looking to see if he can maybe find a good fissure out on Monster. They want to kill the Zeus again, make sure he doesn't get off to that good start we were talking about earlier, and I think if we hop over to... Oh yeah, they have a ward up here, so they can see over to this high ground. They can see the Earthshaker walking around, so Zeus is going to be smart about his positioning there. Charging in onto the Zeus. Will they be able to bring him down with this kill? There goes the Sonic Wave, and they drop Quap pretty damn low, but this Bloodseeker is going to make sure that Queen of Pain doesn't get out after that engagement. Forrest just going to try to TP out, and oh no, the telekinesis just barely at max range picks him off, so Spirit Breaker and Queen of Pain go down on the mid lane in exchange for the Zeus. So despite that Zeus dying, they did get the early kills they wanted on to the Bloodseeker, and as well Burden picks himself up one with that Spirit Breaker as well. They're looking for the Wraith King, but not able to find him there. I think they should just return to the mid lane and push with these Chen creeps. They've got them all up. They've got a fresh wave of creeps here. Bloodseeker's jungling, but I think they should really just be smacking this tower. Earthshaker's in the trees. He's ready to throw out a fissure. He's got a TP in from the Queen of Pain, so they might be able to defend this, but yeah. Not even going to try throwing the creeps at the tower. Blink forward. And a stolen fissure on the Rubik. This really is a really good game for the Rubik. I mean, he's got a lot of fantastic spells to steal. Charge of Darkness isn't all that great, but if you can get Nether Strike, like any of Lina's abilities are great. Earthshaker's pretty damn good if you but if you can get Fissure or Echo Slam, you are a happy camper. If you can get Scream of Pain or Sonic Wave, you're happy on the Queen of Pain as well. And as well, the Wraith King only has the one spell to steal, the Wraith Fire Blast, so you're guaranteed to always have a 2-second stun or so. But they find the Chen down in the bottom lane, a good charge, and a couple nukes later, and the Chen is dead. Well played, and they're probably... I would have said they could have pushed there. They had momentum, but they're just going to back off, head over towards the river. And, oh, they blink forward. Double damage gets picked up by the Queen of Pain, and Monster not having a good game here. 1, 3, and 4. And, I mean, this is what I was talking about during the draft. I mentioned that Zeus is a really hard hero to make happen against these heavy gankers like the Queen of Pain, or like the Queen of Pain and the Spirit Breaker. And, well. We got a Rupture out on Michael. He's going to throw the Blood Red out as well, but Queen of Pain going to be happy to just sit there with his 5-man team just sitting right behind him, ready to keep him happy and healthy, and maybe we see some pressure. Yeah. Yeah, they don't like to push. They definitely don't like to push. They've had a couple opportunities down at bottom and then again at mid where I thought they could have been able to pressure a tower, but instead they're just going to move around, continue their roaming gank squad, and Persian Prince looks like he didn't expect this to come at all. And stun once, stun twice, stun 3 times, stun 4 times. And will he be able to bring him down in time? A couple more auto attacks, and oh no! The corrosive skin is good. Another charge from the Spirit Breaker will finish him off, but Bloodseeker and Rubik are there to pick up the kill on Spirit Breaker. TP out from the Wraith King. Are they going to be able to get him out? Yes, they do. Oh man, that Wraithfire Blast. Where is it? It's flying across the map somewhere. But it's going to get broken. That does disjoint. If you were Rahul, you would rush Daedalus. Yeah, that's why you're not Rahul. Man. Earthshaker Daedalus, that's fun, but damn it. It's a fun build, but Jesus, it does not work in competitive, I'll tell you that. Teams just know how to kite that sort of stuff out. So kills 6 to 9 as we're sitting 12 minutes in this game. Bloodseeker sitting on top of the last hit charts, as well as having a kill and a couple assists to his name, so he's sitting second highest on the net worth. So this is kind of the good start to Bloodseeker that they really wanted, but they're going for a Midas on him, which I find really, really weird. I was talking earlier about how I think 9-inch males want to end this. Oh man, big fight on mid that I'm missing here. They're going in. Nether Strike out on Monster. He cannot survive this stuff. And the Viper TP's in, but it's just not enough. Too many creeps. Putting on the pressure with this Spirit Breaker and making it work. So many kills gained, and they didn't run the Spirit Breaker last game, did they? Yeah, no, they were not the ones running the Spirit Breaker. It was 9-inch males that ran it last game. And I think too many creeps are putting it to much better use. I mean, they've just got better targets for it. I mean, last game, the Spirit Breaker was picked against a Phantom Lancer, a Storm Spirit, and a Queen of Pain. But in this game, it's picked against a Zeus, a Viper, a Rubik, a Bloodseeker, a Chin. Literally 5 heroes without any mobility spells. I mean, sure, you maybe have the fast movement speed on the Bloodseeker, but whatever, man. Like, like whatever. No one on 9-inch males can get away from that Spirit Breaker, and it's doing work. It's proving effective. Oh, if the Earthshaker can find a way to walk into all these creeps, that could be one hell of an Echo Slam. We got 4 heroes ready to go, and oh man, 9-inch males have no clue about this. They see it coming, and they're going to try to get out now, but it is way too late. ASAP going to get stunned out a couple times, and he's going to go down. Echo Slam hits, Laguna Blade onto a life, and he is going to drop. Auto attack from Shoe Whistle will get that kill, but now Queen of Pain going forward, trying to finish off Persian Prince, maybe Burden, but good stuns, catching the 3 of them out. Michael trying to get away from this, needs to blink out, and will get into the trees, will be safe, but the Lena and the Spirit Breaker both going to drop. And decent turnaround there. TP's in from 9-inch males, were able to make that fight happen, but wait, what happened to Bloodseeker? Did he buy back? Bloodseeker bought back, okay. So, so not as good a fight as I thought. I thought they traded evenly, but the Bloodseeker bought back, so that is an 800 gold change in the favor of too many creeps. As well, they got about 1,000 XP out of that, so really, really good fight for too many creeps. And they are going to lose their tier 1 tower, though, so I think that kind of evens up the gold deficit, which will make a pretty sizable difference on that gold craft. But
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Spirit Breaker going for a charge on mid. Looking at that Zeus, and Queen of Pain is there as well, but yeah, he's way too deep. He's going back to base, and yeah, this you know, Monster's just been having a really rough game. He's 1-4 right now. He's got his core items up. He's got the Arcane Boots. He's got the Soul Ring. And can start working towards a Bloodstone. But if I was him, like, I think you need a Force Staff right now. You need to be able to remove yourself from... Actually, Eul Scepter. Eul Scepter is, I think, the answer. Oh, they're going in on mid lane. Hand of God goes out, but it doesn't matter. The burst damage is way too big. The Nether Strike is huge. And there goes the Bloodseeker. So... yeah, I think 9-inch Malez have made a couple choices this game that I really don't agree with. Charge in onto a life, and they're just going 3-on-2, but a good telekinesis stuns the two of them out for a second, and Forrest going to try to run away, but gets stunned out by the Rubik as he steals the Charge of Darkness, and good exchange there. They must not have seen the Zeus. Like, I think they saw the Chen's. Chen was sitting here. They saw the Rubik. The Rubik's sitting here. And I think the Zeus must have just been coming out of fog or something. Because they've been playing much too smart to let themselves get caught out by stuff like that all game. Good net into stun combo. And the Chen creeps secure the kill on the Queen of Pain. So they get another 2 there. So what I thought was going to be a easy and secure mid lane for too many creeps turns out to be a couple kills in the favor of 9-inch Malez. Sent this message at 12:25. Yeah, okay, so it is 16:20 now that you see this. So I don't know what's going on with. Like I was watching the preview. The stream looked pretty solid. I wonder if XSplit's delay server is just messy. I don't know. It's weird because I have a 2-minute delay built in. Oh. 9-inch Malez Burden jumps forward, gets a Wraithfire Blast out onto youtube.com/BRE, and will they be able to bring him down? They do indeed, but that's just going to be his ultimate. When the team fight breaks out, Laguna Blade out on the Rubik, the Chen's going to fall very shortly thereafter. They're working away on Persian Prince, but he is so tanky right now. Zeus going to fall, and a couple auto attacks later, there goes the Viper. Bloodseeker going to try to run away, but he is not all that fast. Maybe they can catch up to him? No, they don't know where he is, so... Oh, no, Charge is going down. Charge is going somewhere else, but... yeah, like usually I have about like a 2.5 minute delay because I set a 2-minute delay on XSplit, so the software delays it by 2 minutes, and then Twitch usually has about a 30-second delay or so before it, you know, can route through all of its servers and bring the video to you guys. So it's usually about 2.5 minutes on standard, and then I guess it's just kind of built up to 3-4 minutes. I don't know. It's weird stuff, man. It's weird stuff. I'm sorry, but I hope the stream quality is okay. Like I think the quality is all right, and it's not stuttering too much. Well, let me know. I mean, if the stream is looking good, but the delay is the biggest of our problems, then I don't think we're in too bad a shape. But anyways, Queen of Pain picks up her Aghanim Scepter, and that's going to mean a lot of really strong team fights for TMC. I think this Aghanims is just absolutely core on Queen of Pain. I mean, it's such an efficient item that it's impossible to play Queen of Pain without it. I think having that ulti on such a long cooldown is just so detrimental to the hero on the whole. It's things can get ugly. Oh my god. It's an Invis rune that's been sitting here for the last 30 seconds, and Queen of Pain just dropped her Aghanim Scepter to bottle up. Could you imagine if Zeus had picked that up or something? Like, grabs an Invis, walks over here, and snipes Quap's Ags? Like, oh my god. Could have been the play, but it was not. Well, Viper grabs himself an Invis here. Maybe she does it again. No, I don't think so. Bottom lane, Charge coming out onto the Bloodseeker. He's just trying to farm up and get his Black King Bar right now. But Spirit Breaker's there, throws out the Yard Charge. He's committing to this. Hand of God goes out, but Hand of God and the Rupture. Alright. SP's just gonna TP back out, and I think he's happy with that. Pull out 2 ultis out of the enemy team and walk away from it clean. I think you're happy. But mid lane, Queen of Pain gets jumped on, and a couple Centaur stuns mixed with the rest of those spells, and she gets dropped low. The Zeus ulti as well contributed heavily to that, so. Burger goes for a charge, but just uses that to get nearby. Oh man, they found the Earthshaker. He's in the trees, and Yeah, he's not getting out of that one. Throws a fissure as the last ditch, but yeah, he should have TP'd out much earlier. He knew that they were coming for him. I mean, we saw him juking into these trees. He's sitting right here, and then there's boom, 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 people coming in at him, and just didn't TP in time. Top lane, Lina cracks herself open a top tower, and this is a rich frickin' Lina for being a 4 position. She's sitting on half of an Aghanim Scepter and a Yule Scepter. This is not something I expected from this Lina. Oh yeah, she's just going to TP the second she sees that Viper. And good call there. Gets out. Knows he can't cancel the TP. And actually, with the Ags not being completed on the Viper, that's going to be a 50-second cooldown on the Viper Strike. So I don't know if that's actually going to come into play, but waste the cooldown. Well played. And yeah, I mean, she didn't use him before TPing, and I don't know if that was a conscious choice or if that was just like, I'm going to TP now. But not using the Yules means that the cooldown is wasted on Viper Strike. So Lina, like I said, so rich, so rich, sitting on so much gold, 8 kills and 50 CS. She's actually the 4th highest in terms of net worth, ahead of her own Wraith King. And I think this is kind of just a product of how too many creeps rotated their lanes really early. I mean, we saw this with the Wraith King when he was getting harassed out of the lane by the Viper. He simply just went and started jungling and gave the lane to the Lina. And so between the two of them, they've got roughly equal net worth, and it's worked out well for them. They've maximized their farm on the map and gotten 2 heroes to where, you know, only 1 hero is on the side of 9-inch males, and that's the Viper. Zeus did go for a Bloodstone. This is ballsy. This is super ballsy on him. Bloodstone is good on the Zeus, but in a game where you've been dying this much and where you've had this many problems staying alive with the Spirit Breaker and the Lina and all that stuff, the chances are that you're going to lose those charges so damn quickly that this Bloodstone is going to end up just being a... it's just going to be a useless rock in your inventory. And you know, that's going to be a huge problem. Like I said, I think he would have been much more comfortable getting a Yule Scepter. It would keep him safe from a lot of stuff. You see the Spirit Breaker charging, you Yules him. You see the Queen of Pain blink in on you, you Yules her, you walk away. You see the Lina come in and Yules you, you Yules yourself immediately right after to keep yourself from getting Light Strike. Like, the Zeus would have so many options with that Yule Scepter, but I feel like he's going to start losing charges really quickly in these team fights. Unless they find a couple good picks, and they're going to find one here as the Rupture goes out on the Lina. She's going to try to TP out, but the stun from the Zeus keeps her in place, and he picks up a Bloodstone charge. So maybe they swing this. I mean, I was bashing it, but I guess if you can keep your team together and get a couple good kills, it's going to start paying dividends as you start making those, as soon as you start racking up those charges. Meanwhile, mid lane, Viper Strike out on the Queen of Pain, and she waits till the last second to blink away, but she is safe and sound, and she gets back over to her side of the river. But the Zeus is there as well, doing work. They bring down the Earthshaker, and that is another Bloodstone charge, so maybe I spoke too soon, as this 5-man team fight is starting to pick up. The mechanism is complete on the Chen, they've got the Aghanims complete on the Viper, and they've got this Bloodstone ready on the Zeus. They're just going to 5-man down mid, start looking for fights, and smack down towers. This is what their lineup should have been doing from the very beginning, but they just had to wait for those couple key items to get picked up, and too many creeps did a good job at kind of deflecting that pressure by putting that Spirit Breaker in the right places, killing the Zeus a lot, making sure that Chen didn't get too much. But now he's got a 3 Centaur army, and you know, they're ready to fight. A tier 2 tower goes down. They're going to go down to bottom to defend their own tier 2, and we'll very likely see them just push straight up this lane and come in and hit this tier 2 tower. Oh, Viper finds out the Wraith King, and there's a Centaur army there as well. A couple stuns, and oh, yeah, Wraith King is not going to live through that one. He's going to die, but he gets stunned out. There's a figure as well to keep him in place while the Blood Rate goes off. Bloodseeker chasing him down, finishes him off before he can TP out. Forrest is getting Viper struck, but goes for the Nether Strike in on the Zeus, and Zeus is going to be forced to deny. He's got a 10-second respawn. The Echo Slam is huge, but it's just not huge enough. 3 heroes down on the side of too many creeps, and Zeus is going to be respawning any second now. Charge out on the Spirit Breaker. He's going to be heading up to top lane. And Zeus looking for the Lina. Will he be able to find her? Oh no! They find the Spirit Breaker. He canceled the charge. And they've got the Zeus there to give them the detection. Actually, dust from the Rubik as well. And that is 4 heroes dead on the side of too many creeps. So what I thought was a bit of a snowbally game for too many creeps right now has turned right back around. 9-inch Malez have made 2 team fights happen in their favor, and now they're ready to continue pushing. Viper in on the mid lane, chipping out this wave of creeps as the rest of his team moves down towards bottom lane. Do they want to go Roche? Yeah, they do. They've got a medallion up on the Chen. They've got no reason not to. These creeps are going to tank it up, and this is actually going to be a pretty damn quick Roche. Too many creeps is not going to be able to get in position to defend this. Centaur stuns are good. The Viper's there. The mech is up to keep everything healed, and Roshan goes down. Roche drops, Bloodseeker gets himself an Aegis, and this might is starting to pay off as Bloodseeker is getting really, really fat. He's got a Black King Bar to his name and 3,800 gold in the bank, so that could be anything. That could be a Sanjin Yasha, that could be the beginnings of a Radiance, that could be, who knows, man. Whoa! Whoa, Riku! Spoilers, buddy! Spoilers! Just posting the results of other games in chat? Oh man! All right. Well, that's actually a big surprise. I did not expect the results that were posted there. I won't say anything in case somebody is like watching the stream or watching Dota TV and not paying attention to Twitch chat. But yeah, if you want to find out who won the other semifinal game, you can go to UGCleague.com. They'll have the brackets there. You can check out the winner, or you can go watch the videos yourself and figure it out. But if you're in chat, you just saw it happen. Anywhoozits. Yeah, so finals will be next week. We were just talking, yeah, they're talking about that in chat now. Finals will be next week. They don't have a time, but usually games are played on Sundays, and we'll just see what happens for the teams. I think it's a best of 5. I think all grand finals have been a best of 5 in the past, so I really hope I get to cast that. I'm not sure who they have slated to cast, but if it's me, I will be damn well honored. I freaking love this league, and that would be a blast of a game to watch. So, top lane, tier 2, gonna go down. They could fortify it if they wanted, but it's not gonna be worth it. Tier 2 goes down, and they're gonna trade it for their mid tier 2, but do they keep pushing? It doesn't look like they are. But Bloodseeker doesn't have a TP, Viper doesn't have a TP, and Chen is not teleporting. So they just weren't able to get back in time. So they traded tier 2 for a tier 2, and too many creeps doing exactly what they did well last game, which was trade towers. I mean, oh, this could be ugly. Rupture goes out on the Lina. There's a charge in onto the Queen of Pain. That's from the Rubik, of course. And I love that animation. Lina is going to throw out the Laguna Blade onto the Rubik, but oh, misses the Sonic Wave, and they know she's up on the cliff now, but she's gonna blink out before they can do the damage. Top lane. Earthshaker's just trying to farm up that blink. It's starting to get to the point where it is so crucial that he gets that blink dagger that they're just kind of giving him his own lane so that he can do what he needs to secure himself that farm. And he's getting relatively close. He needs about 500 gold. So maybe one more creep wave and then a teleport back to base, but he's going to stay in the trees for now and make sure it's safe to come out before he does anything. Shen amassing himself a nice little army as well again. He's got the Mud Golems, which now actually have a stun attached to them as well. It's only a 0.6 second stun, but if you're really, really super efficient with your Chen, like the ultimate robot efficiency is let your Mud Golem get down to about 100 HP, like not even 100, like 50 HP. Drop it super, super low, send it into a fight, throw the stun, and then deny it with one of your other creeps. When you deny it, you get 2 mini boulders, which, you get 2 mini mud golems, which each throw a boulder themselves. So you can stack that for up to an almost 2-second stun, a 1.8 second stun. But of course, that is super ridiculous Ake micro that not many people have to do. But anyways, they traded tier 2 for a little bit of chip damage on their tier 3, and actually, tier 2 top is starting to go down as well. So too many creeps, keeping up the momentum, and as long as their base isn't in danger, they're just trading. And it's working out beautifully for them. They got themselves another tier 2 tower, and they're trading evenly against a push strat once again. I mean, we saw this last game. They used their mobility, and albeit this game, they don't have as much mobility. Their team is not as strong at moving around the map, but their positioning is just so impeccable that they're finding themselves in the right position to crush towers every single time. And it's going to get interesting as this game goes on now, where, like 9-inch Malez is going to start wanting to push high ground, especially if they have that Aegis. Now, the Aegis is going to expire in about a minute or two, so it's kind of, there it goes. Aegis expires right as I'm talking about Aegis expiring. So Aegis is gone, which means that they're going to have to wait another couple minutes for Roshan to spawn before they can push. So 9-inch Malez is kind of in a rough position right here, where they want to be aggressive, but they can't. They can't win the farm game, because Queen of Pain and Wraith King and a farmed Lina are going to beat out their farmed Viper and Bloodseeker, just without question. Forest, oh, he is in trouble here. This ward up on the ward stone is going to catch him out. He tries to Shadow Blade, but the Zeus is there with the vision. So they find themselves a free kill, and Charge of Darkness now up on the Rubik. But look at this. They've got 5 heroes. They went for a smoke gank, and now they're probably going to try to push mid. But look, they've got the Queen of Pain already pushing bottom, the Earthshaker's pushing top, and Lina and Wraith King are rotating down towards bottom. They're going to pull the Chen creeps out, but I mean, they just don't have the momentum they need. They can't create it in these lanes because TMC is doing such a good job at keeping lanes pushed. It's insane. I've never seen a team do it this well. I love this charge animation. Kind of has the 2 feet out in front. It's doing the gallop thing with 2 hands. And there is the Wraith King. Not going to be able to TP out. That is the waste on the TP and telekinesis. He's going to get dropped right inside the Blood Right and is going to get chased down to his death. His ultimate's going to go up, but that's not going to matter. He throws a stun, tries to walk away, but no Blink Dagger to speak of, so he can't blink out into the trees or anything. Wraith King goes down and pick off by 9-inch Malez, but once again, they don't have any momentum. Their mid lane is at the river and is getting pushed out by Shoe Whistle. Bottom lane is, sitting down here, and their creep wave is even further back. And their top lane has a siege creep and is pushing into their base.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I think TMC's strength this game has been not keeping too many of their heroes in the same place. Because a lot of these team fights, for example, if that Queen of Pain had gotten caught with the Wraith King there, it would have been really, really big trouble, and they would have started having problems with defending their base. But because they're only losing 1 hero at a time, the Spirit Breaker in their jungle, the Wraith King down on bottom, they have the ability to do stuff like this, where Michael pops in, he cuts the wave, and then blinks out to the trees and TP's out. He's gone. And yeah, bye-bye. He's gone. He cut the wave, and now there is no creep momentum until back here. So it's beautiful. I mean, I've seen this happening in a lot of pub games, and you can kind of see this with a lot of pros when they play pub games. They'll kind of play the same style. Like when you get a Queen of Pain or something, they just kind of go on the back lines and they sit behind the wave, and if they can't defend a push, they'll get behind the push and they'll cut off the creep waves, and that sort of play can stall a game out against a team that's less experienced so much that you can create a lot of room to do a lot of stuff. And it's brilliant play here by TMC. They're, anytime they lose something, they're getting a good trade for it. We check the net worth and XP graphs right now. We see they're both looking pretty even, but about 5,000 difference in terms of net worth in favor of 9-inch Malez, and about 4,000 XP in their favor as well. So undeniably 9-inch Malez do have an advantage right now, but whether or not they can translate that into a set of racks is all that really matters at this point. I think this is a really smart pickup as well, though. They got the jam up on the Chen now, which is huge. If they can de-ward a lot of the vision that TMC has, it will prevent TMC from being able to be this aggressive. You know, they're really smart about moving around the map, but a lot of that is because they can see where 9-inch males are at all times, and if they remove that vision and they move as 5, they can get pick-offs a lot more reliably and start finding heroes much easier. Now, Lina has spent her spells up on the top lane here. Is she going to get caught out? No, she's much too fast. There's, yeah, the troll wasn't there to catch her out. Oh, no! Oh, man, Zeus blinked up to the high ground, and he lightning bolted here instead of here. If he had lightning bolted upwards, he would have stunned out the Lina and kept her from TPing, and that would have been a great pickoff, but 5 heroes smoked up. They're looking to go through the jungle, but TMC, once again, knowing that their opponents are on the top half of the map, they charge down to bottom. Queen of Pain's pushing mid. Lina's back at base. Earthshaker's in the enemy jungle. They know where the enemy is at all times. Even, I mean, they obviously didn't have any wards there. The Lina just saw that rotation, but they knew that this lineup is immobile, and there's no way that they're going to gank 5 and then TP down to a tier 3 on bottom. So they move their heroes into the enemy jungle, and they're safe. So, Colony X Nature, if your team wants to sign up for tournaments, the UGC is a wonderful place to start. They have different divisions for different skill levels, so you can play against teams that are more your level. I mean, the teams that are in the Western Invite are pretty much semi-pro. Like, these are, you know, like, if you would consider, you know, Navi Alliance, like, tier 2 teams, these guys are, like, tier 4, maybe tier 5 teams. Like, these guys are just on the precipice of entering the pro scene. Like, these are the, these are really, really strong teams. So this is the Western Invite, but we do have divisions further down in the UGC as well. Check out the 82L. I shoutcast for them a lot. I've been participating with them for a really long time. They're a fantastic league. They've got a great, easy, quick setup. You get in there, you sign up for your team, and they'll just stick you in. They have leagues running constantly at all different skill levels, so check out the AD2L. It's a great place to be. Mid lane, Shoe Whistle looks like he might get caught out here, but no, just TPs. I almost think this Viper needs a basher, maybe just an MKB or something. Just try to keep these TPs out, but it's constant pressure on the map. I'm loving it. Roshan starting to go down for 9-inch males again. This was spotted out by 2 creeps. They did have this ward up on the high ground, but instead they just start to threaten base. And Chen TP's back, but Chen can't do much against this. The Viper's there as well. He's going to throw out the Viper Strike, but look at this tower. It's just evaporating, and they're trying to go for Roche, but Roche won't go down. The Earthshaker tried to jump in there. Oh, man! Laguna Blade finishes off the Bloodseeker before he can TP back. So, Tier 3 tower drops down about 1,400 life points, and actually, they might find a kill on Persian Prince. This will be huge if they do, but the attack speed on the Queen of Pain is slowed so much, and she's going to take out to the poison. No! She doesn't. Just barely. Just barely. And so Queen of Pain gets out with her life. They trade an Earthshaker for a Bloodseeker in the pit, and now they're going to take Roshan. These plays, oh my god.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
Immortality.
They get the Aegis over to the Lina, and I think that's a pretty good call. Lina has kind of come into a position as a full-on core now. Like I said, she started the game as kind of a 4 position, but I would say she's even 3 position now behind, ahead of this Spirit Breaker. But she's, yeah, she's doing really, really well. She's got the Black King Bar, the Aghanim Scepter to her name. Unfortunately, she kind of had to use her ulti on a, you know, 100 HP Bloodseeker to keep him from TPing out, but it was well spent nonetheless, and I just can't get over how well TMC is splitting up the map and utilizing their resources. Like that, you know, I wasn't even paying attention to the Roche fight because I thought it was just going to be an easy Roche for 9-inch males, but TMC threw an Earthshaker in there. They got an Echo Slam, did a ton of damage, and despite losing the Earthshaker, they set up for a lot of other stuff. The Wraith King and the Lina came in, picked up a couple kills, forced a few TPs back, and meanwhile the Queen of Pain and the Spirit Breaker chipped out this much damage on the Tier 3 tower and got out. It's impressive. Alright, yeah, this Wraith King found himself a little bit too much trouble here. He's gonna get fissured in, blocked into the trees. There's no way he's escaping this one. His Earthshaker buddy's there to try to help him out, and they spot him, but are they gonna be able to cancel that TP? No. The Earthshaker gets himself out. And I really think that Zeus needed a Yule Scepter, man. Like, even still going for it now would have been really efficient. Could have been able to cancel that TP, would have been able to cancel countless other TPs, would have kept him safe from the Spirit Breaker earlier, but yeah, that's going to be it. I like how the Zeus is running around lightning bolting everything, but the Chen is right behind him with a gem. Chen's like, what you doing, bro? Save your mana. Save your mana. I have gem, don't worry. Bing, Gem of True Sight, ready. Gem of True Sight, ready. Gem of True Sight, ready. Alright, Shiva's Guard getting picked up here on the Queen of Pain. Doesn't have it quite yet, but just needs... How much more gold does she need? 27, 14... I'm so bad at math. I think she actually has it right now, but she's just waiting for her buyback. Or, yeah, I think she wants to keep her buyback, so she's waiting on spending that gold. But, we see 9-inch Malez kind of entering a scenario where, like they were in last game. Like, they had all the aggression in their favor. They were doing pretty good, but all of these trades have kind of put them in a position where they're kind of on their back foot, and, oh man, super aggro charge here. But, Lina in the middle of 5, trying to go ham on this Chen, but not able to bring him down, and... Jesus. Yeah, I don't know what Lina was doing up this far, but gets exploded. And that's going to be a kill there. Lina drops, and unfortunately not much pressure able to be created around the map after, despite that. Michael is going to go and use that Sonic Wave on the top lane to kind of clear out the wave and create a little bit of pressure, but they did have enough time for Viper to get forward and actually spots out Michael, but not able to bring him down, and Blink Dagger on the Viper. I guess they really want to be able to catch out these mobile heroes, but... What is this? Oh my god. Alright. Rubik's got himself an Aghanim Scepter, and that's going to be really dangerous this game. I was talking about this earlier. There's a lot of good spells for Rubik's to steal. I mean, there's the Fissure, there's the Laguna Blade, there's the Light Strike Array, there's Wraith Fire Blast, there's Nether Strike, everything. Like, I mean, this Rubik having that 2-second cooldown on his ultimate is going to mean, it's going to mean major, grand, wonderful things for him. But once again, the question becomes, will there ever be a fight where he'll be able to utilize that? I mean, once again, TMC splitting this map up so well and only letting one hero get caught out at a time that, you know, I don't think there's ever going to be an opportunity for Rubik to just kind of chain steal spells off of people. Spirit Breaker just stealing all of Chen's creeps down on the bottom lane, and he's going to work at pushing out bottom as the Earthshaker comes to help him out as well. Lina pushing out mid, and meanwhile top lane, they know the Queen of Pain and the Wraith King were there, but weren't able to make a move.
Money to burn.
Bloodseeker, I'm surprised he hasn't gone for a Basher yet. I feel like Basher into Abyssal would have benefited him greatly this game, and being able to lock down that Queen of Pain and even the Spirit Breaker and stuff. But anyways, Earthshaker finds himself in trouble in the Radiant Jungle, but TP's out and just barely survives the Poison Ticks in base. I didn't have the camera on him, but you could see the bar on the bottom there. It was 10 HP or so away from him dying, and Lina gets out as well. So everyone from TMC remains safe, and Queen of Pain continues to push top. Yeah, and to the guy talking about putting together a team in the chat, I actually did an interview with the 82L a couple, actually, probably about a month ago at this point. If you go to dota.playon.gg, that's their website. You can just search playon.gg on Google and you'll find it. If you go to their Dota website and then go to their blog, you'll find the interview that I did with them, and I talk a lot about building a team, about finding players that have the same goals as you, about entering tournaments, and kind of what it's like to play as an amateur. Like, you know, I'm no professional myself. I'm in the mid 4Ks. I'm not you know, I'm not overly impressive in terms of being a good Dota player, but I've still got a team that we play competitively with, and we play in a lot of tournaments. We have a lot of fun, so there's a lot of great resources out there. So check out that interview. It'll maybe give you a little bit of insight on what there is out there for you guys. I mean, UGC is a great place to start. 82L has a European division as well, as do a lot of other tournaments. I think Dota Regions used to be... I think Dota Regions is actually a little more major now. I think they're doing invite-only tournaments now instead of opens, but they used to do it as well. So there's a lot of opportunities to get into playing competitively. So if you want to do it. You know, there's always opportunities to find people that are like-minded and would love to play with you. So check that out. Persian Prince chasing down Michael here, and Michael might actually be dead. No, he gets a blink away. He's fine. He has to pop the Black King Bar and the Shiva's Guard, but he does get out. And meanwhile, they force a bunch of TPs back, and top lane remains safe. I mean, they were pressuring in on 5. Queen of Pain pushes bottom. They back off, and this game is getting so drawn out. It's almost I feel dumb talking about it this much because it's just the same pattern over and over, but TMC are just making it work. And you know, despite actually their net worth advantage is shrinking, and XP advantage is actually back in their favor, but you know, there's just nothing that can keep, like, you can see this, the preliminary movements, like as soon as a lane is left alone, Shoe Whistle comes in from the jungle, starts pushing it. Oh, excuse me, I just had to sneeze there. Mid lane, big team fight breaking out here. Earthshaker is going to get caught. Sorry, Bloodseeker is going to get caught by the Earthshaker. A life in the trees, trying to TP out. Oh, the Wraithfire blasts inches from his face before it swings back around. And all of those ancient creeps that the Chen has been collecting are being brought back to base with him. Oh man, I popped my eardrums with that sneeze. That was crazy. And yeah, we see Shoe Whistle in here on the top lane. He had been pushing that all the way from top, but it looks like TMC is ready to team fight now as the Spirit Breaker charges in. There's the Earthshaker as well. They get a good Fissure to hold them inside of the base, though. And they're going to disengage. Alright. Wraith King's in the middle of everything. He needs a Blink Dagger to get out of these. He keeps having this... He keeps dying in the middle of 5, and it's just not efficient. So, TMC lose 2 as they... they bring their team a little too close together. Like I said, their entire strength was that they just split push and only one hero would get picked off at a time. But this time around, the Wraith King goes in deep and the Lina gets caught up on top as well. So not getting any damage, and they lose a couple of heroes. So TMC losing that engagement a little bit sloppy, and they're going to now start moving up towards the mid lane. And TMC has moved their 3 heroes down to bottom because they want to counter push as well. Maybe cause some damage down on bottom, but I think at this stage, 9-inch males, they just go for it. Like, I think they're actually wasting time doing these ancients and farming these camps. I think they need to go 5 up mid as hard as they can and either force buybacks or just force a trade. I mean, if TMC tries to trade, Queen of Pain and Spirit Breaker will not push faster than 5 heroes and 4 ancient creeps. It just won't happen. But it looks like their attention's been split a little bit as they are going down into their jungle to try to find out, find those few heroes on TFC. And now Ancient's walking down here to try to clear out the bottom lane, but Michael has done his job. He's kept the lane pushed, and now he's going to cut out the mid lane to keep the pressure from mounting there. Octarine Core up on Zeus. Alright. So Roche finally goes down. 3rd Roche of the game. That'll be Aegis on Bloodseeker and Cheese on the Viper. So if ever there was a time to fight, it's now for 9-inch males. But whether or not they can create that fight, once again, is the problem. We saw this last game. It was like, they need to fight, they need to fight, they need to make this game happen because they've got good team fight. They just can't. Game's too spread out. But MKB now up on Viper as well, so he's got that ability to lock down those TPing heroes and hopefully interrupt some of those big engagements, but jeez. Such good play. I gotta stop chugging down so much water when I cast Dota. I really gotta go to the bathroom. Maybe I'll be lucky and we'll have a pause and I can run away. Boots of Travel starting to come out on a few heroes. We had the Viper. Has his recipe for those. Yeah, he's going to buy up the bots for himself. Now, Lina grabs hers as well. I think we've already got a couple pairs on other heroes. Bloodseeker doesn't have his. Okay. Nope, just the two. I thought Zeus would grab BOTs by now, but seems like he's just going to leave it as is. Yeah. And now 9-inch Malez, they are drawing lines up in it. They are ready to go. They want to fight. They feel like the other waves are pushed out enough in their favor, and they've got the Ancients pushing top lane. So bottom lane is really their only problem, but bottom lane tower is full health, and so I don't think they risk too much. No, they're turning around. Just push. They get a kill on Lina, sure, but the push is deflected again. And, you know, Michael gets the creep wave. Pushed in on bottom, and mid lane's gonna get cleared out by the Spirit Breaker. Just gotta push, man. Just gotta push. Bloodseeker's here with Invis. Maybe he gets a lucky kill on Forcer. Actually, no, with the Rupture and the Ruik there. That's gonna be a kill on the Spirit Breaker, so they get two. And now they can fight. Now they can fight. The Ancients are trying to push out bottom while the rest of them are there. They'll probably recall those into mid. Spirit Breaker buys back, but there is no buyback on Lina. We had the Wraith King. He's going to cut the wave on mid. Oh, man. Beautiful. It's beautiful what they can do here. And all they have to do is clear out this creep wave, and the momentum stops. Yeah, okay, so the Viper comes back. Wraith King TP's out. Wraith King's back to base. And now they've got a creep wave, but it's only 3 of them, and they can't... It's only 3 creeps. Yeah, the creep wave is split up now, and they can't make this fight happen. But they're gonna go. Spirit Breaker, Nether Strikes in. This is the team fight we've been wanting. The Echo Slam misses, but there's this Scream of Pain, or sorry, rather the Sonic Wave. But Bloodseeker is just going ham, trying to bring him down. But the Wraith King doing so much damage with that Mjolnir. Will they be able to make this fight happen? 3 heroes down on TMC. They need this Lina. She is 2 seconds away from spawning, and will be able to join this fight once again. Queen of Pain is blinked off to the high ground. The Rupture goes out onto the Wraith King, though. He's stuck up on the high ground. He's gonna try to fight it. Persian Prince is dropping low. Light Striker Ray misses. They need the Laguna play, but it's not quite enough, and the heals are going to be good from the Chen. Now, 3 heroes down, no buyback on the Wraith King. This is going to be trouble. There's no Wraith King if this Lina, or there's no buyback if the Lina goes down as well, and this base is finally going to be cracked. 3 heroes down, racks are going to drop. Queen of Pain finds herself a kill on the Zeus and pulls the wave away, so that'll be the end of the momentum there, but whether or not they can clear out their base is another question. They're going for the Ancients. The Ancients are attacking the Ancient. Oh man, Why, Dota? Why, Dota? You have to make such confusing words. And Queen of Pain's here. She's got her ultimate. She can use that to kind of get rid of the creep wave, but, you know, there's no dealing with these Ancients. They're magic immune. They're not going to deal with any of this crap. And the Earthshaker doesn't have an Echo Slam. And there we go. The Sonic Wave. It does nothing. And the Ancient is facing too much damage. I don't know if they can make this happen. Lina's in the middle of the fight. She's trying to make it work, but it's not enough damage. Burden stays alive, steals the Sonic Wave, and will use it against them. And 9-inch Malez turn around a game that looked like it was going to go their other way. And just, oh my god. I've been complimenting TMC all game on how well they split up the map, but finally, a couple bad pickoffs, and 9-inch Malez take the game. Our series is 1-1, all tied up, and we're going to be going to a 3rd game to decide who will go on to the grand finals of the UGC Western Invite Division. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a blast. We'll be going right into game number 3 right after I take off and go to the bathroom. But I'll get the lobby set up, I'll throw up an overlay, and we'll be back in just a few minutes, folks. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is it! Oh man, we are ready and going, loading into game number 3 between Too Many Creeps and 9-inch Malez. This is going to be one hell of a game. We have seen this series play out in such a spectacularly odd fashion. Both games, TMC just split up the map so perfectly. They spread out their 5 heroes to every corner of the map, and every time they faced a little bit of pressure, they just put equal amounts of pressure on another lane. And it was just beautiful play in game number 1. It kind of just choked out the map until 9-inch Malez just couldn't deal with it anymore. And then eventually they just crumbled. Now in game number 2, 9-inch Malez adapted to it. They had a Chen, they threw the Chen creeps down towards other lanes to counter push. They had the Viper jumping around with his boots of travel, trying to negate any counter push that was coming out. And finally they found the good pickoff they needed. They got 3 kills and there were no buybacks available on Too Many Creeps. And they crushed down the mid lane to finish off the racks. So beautiful play for 9-inch Malez. They got into the base at the end, finished it off, and tied this series up. So now we are going to the 3rd and final game of this series to decide who is going on to the grand finals to face off against a team which I will not disclose yet for sake of spoilers, but if you want to check out who they're going to be facing, you can go to www.ugcleague.com and see the tournament bracket and all of the stuff there. This is the Western Invite in case you are looking for that. But anyways, this is it. The draft has started. Let's get over to the game and see who's going to be our grand finalist and who's going to be going down to the bronze medal game. Whoops. Nope, that's not what I want. There, nope, that's not what I... There, that's what I want. Yeah! Alright, we're into the game. Bounty Hunter banned out first again by 9-inch Malez. They've done this every single game in this series, and it's been interesting. I don't know particularly why, but they're going to ban out the Storm Spirit again, which was put to great use in game number 1 by Too Many Creeps on Michael. And Too Many Creeps not wanting to have to deal with a Bloodseeker this game. They picked it last game, but didn't... Oh, actually, sorry, no, the Bloodseeker was picked by 9-inch Malez last game. So Too Many Creeps are going to ban out the Bloodseeker, make sure that doesn't show up, and of course the obnoxious Leshrac, who is just ridiculous. He's one of the strongest heroes in the game right now, so there's absolutely no reason why he shouldn't be banned. So he's gone out of the pool, but we'll see what the pickups are. We've seen a lot of interesting heroes being chosen in this series here. A lot of Spirit Breaker. A lot of Queen of Pain. Tusk actually makes it through the pool, so 9-inch Malez is going to grab that, and straight up, no hesitation, Too Many Creeps grabs themselves a Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor is always a great first pick hero. I like first picking him quite a bit, just because of the way he kind of... There's nothing that outright counters a Witch Doctor, and there's nothing that Witch Doctor is insanely good against. So like just picking it first is it's just good. You don't give away too much out of your draft. You have a really strong support. You have stuns, you have damage, you have heals, you have everything in this hero. So really good thing to open up with. But Zeus, seen in all 3 games of this series, is going to make an appearance in, well, the 3rd game again. Queen of Pain still available, has not been touched in either hero's draft yet, and Spirit Breaker as well has been on both sides of the field in this series and has not been touched yet. So we'll see if either of those heroes get snatched up here or if they make it through to the next phase. But
10 seconds
yeah, I really like the Tusk pickup. Tusk, I think, is one of the strongest heroes in the game right now, and he's got 2 really good targets to kind of blow up with that Tusk punch. And sure enough, Queen of Pain not being taken by Too Many Creeps is going to go over to the side of 9-inch Malez. I think they were just kind of debating on whether or not the Queen of Pain was worth taking right now, because I don't know if they particularly wanted to pick it, but it's kind of one of those scenarios where it's like,
10 seconds remaining.
This hero's so good, do we really want to let this go? Like, really? And usually the answer is no. So Queen of Pain gets picked up, but there's still a lot of heroes that are really strong still in the pool. That Earthshaker, of course, being one of them, and he is not going to be making his way into this game here. Anti-Mage banned out. I think I really like... God, the really, man. I'm trying to emphasize things, and it just keeps coming out the same way. It's getting repetitive. I know, I'm sorry. Yeah, the anti-mage would have been good against too many creeps, of course. You know, the mana burn on the Zeus, the spell shield against Zeus's damage as well. You have so many tools for dealing with these two heroes at the moment. Of course, you could have picked into countering the anti-mage, but you don't really want to do that. Phantom Lance are going to be the mana up here by 9-inch Malez. Of course, another very elusive hero that too many creeps played really well and used to great split push effectiveness in game number 1. So good to see that banned out, but there's still a lot of really, really strong... There it is again!
10 seconds.
I'm trying to break the bad habits, friends. I'm trying to break the bad habits.
5 seconds.
Having too many of those phrases that you revert back to really makes you a weak caster. I'm trying to adapt to that. I'm sorry. But yeah, still a lot of good heroes in the pool right now. We've got the Gyrocopter still unclaimed, the Undying actually not. I don't think the Undying's been picked or banned in this series at all. I think, no, it was banned in game number 1, but I don't think it was banned in game number 2 and was not picked. So, Undying still could make an appearance here, but the Shadow Fiend on TMC makes me think that they want to run this Zeus as a support like they did in game number 1. I mean, this is actually pretty close to the exact strat that they ran in game number 1. They had the Witch Doctor and the Zeus on support. Obviously, it wasn't a Shadow Fiend on mid. They had the Queen of Pain on mid, and then they picked the Storm Spirit and the Phantom Lancer. So a little bit of a variation on this, but I do like the Witch Doctor and the Shadow Fiend together in a matchup. Just Presence of the Dark Lord. I mean, -7 armor on all of the enemy heroes, and then the Death Ward. It's a small thing, but it does a lot of work, especially in the late game if Witch Doctor can pick up an Aghanim Scepter. So important to kind of keep that in mind. Of course, Witch Doctor kind of just provides a lot of CC as well, so Shadow Fiend can line up his raises, land them well, and you know, all that stuff is good. Now the SF, he matches up against Queen of Pain decently. I think the two heroes trade pretty evenly. I mean, in order for Queen of Pain to get a dagger off on Shadow Fiend, she has to walk within Ray's range, which means that she's going to take a lot of damage in return. So it kind of just goes both ways, and they trade relatively evenly. I mean, if there's ganks coming in, I think Queen of Pain dodges ganks better than Shadow Fiend, but for the most part, the heroes will trade relatively evenly. The problem is that if Queen of Pain and Dazzle, or I say Dazzle right as Dazzle shows up. If Queen of Pain and Shadow Fiend trade perfectly evenly, Shadow Fiend wins because he just does more with farm. He has a lot more auto attack damage, and he can contribute to his team a lot better, I feel, than Queen of Pain. Now, of course, Queen of Pain is a very deadly hero who does scale well with farm, but I think Shadow Fiend, in the same amount of time trading evenly in mid, he can stack medium camps, he can get a lot more creeps, he can gain a higher net worth advantage if he is not killed. So Shadow Fiend definitely something that is very scary, and this mid matchup is going to be something to watch because it could either be really, really volatile with both, it can either be insanely volatile with both heroes just going at each other and just throwing out as many spells as they can until one of them dies, or it could be super passive and neither of them touches each other at all and they just farm and then go their separate merry ways and the game continues on from there. But the Nyx Assassin picked up by too many creeps. This is an interesting choice, but I like it a lot. It works well against the Queen of Pain because, of course, if you... it's really hard for Queen of Pain to react quick enough after being Vendetta Striked to avoid the stun. So generally as Nyx, you can walk up to her, hit the Vendetta Strike, get the Impale, and from there, if you've got a teammate with a little bit of extra damage, you can bring her down relatively easily. Dazzle, kind of the same thing with him. You know, he needs to be a ninja-like reflexes to be able to shallow grave himself before that Impale goes out. And once again, if Nyx Assassin is accompanied by a third party, yeah, I guess a third party, he's just going to blow up. Enigma, same deal. He's going to be in the jungle a lot of the game as well, so if Nyx Assassin hits level 6, it's going to be trouble for this Enigma. Now, Enigma, I think this matchup is a little bit sketchy. I think picking the Enigma is a little bit odd, but because you have the Nyx Assassin, because the Nyx Assassin needs to get 6 before he can really roam on the Enigma, that gives Enigma the chance to get his Black Hole, to get his first item up, whatever that happens to be, whether it's a mech or if he goes straight Blink Dagger or what. And I think that will offer him a lot more potential survivability against the Nyx Assassin gang. So that's not something they have to worry about too much, but I do like this Nyx. This is probably going to be an offlane Nyx, which means that Too Many Creeps is still looking for their 1-position hero, while 9-inch Malez probably looking for their 1 position as well. I think they have the Tusk going to the offlane, Queen of Pain mid, and then the Dazzle +1 will be on the safe lane. Now, Gyro is going to be the ban out here by Too Many Creeps, but there's a lot of heroes that combo really, really... I need to have like a money jar, like the swear jar, except the really jar.
10 seconds remaining.
Now I lost my train of thought. There's a lot of heroes that combo really good with the Dazzle. Of course, you can put like a Slardar there, and actually I think Slardar would be a fantastic pick this game, because you know I mean Dazzle Slardar together, it's such a potent combo. You have so much minus armor between the two of you that you can wreak a lot of havoc, especially on a weaker melee offlaner like the Nyx Assassin. Of course, he kind of has the Spike Carapace, but I think those two heroes are more than capable of chasing him down, keeping him slowed, and keeping him from getting away from any pressure. What are some other alternatives they could go with the Dazzle? I think Dazzle really combos well with heroes that want to just go balls deep, that want to just kind of charge into the fight and... Actually, I'm starting to get a different idea now. What if they went for the Tusk Dazzle over to the offlane? Because Dazzle works really well with Tusk. Like I was saying, like, you know, Dazzle works well with heroes that like to go balls deep, and Tusk is exactly that. Like, he likes to just snowball in, and if he can get the heal and the Shallow Grave to get him back out again, he'd be safe. So maybe they put the Queen of Pain on the safe lane, Enigma in the jungle, Dazzle Tusk on the off lane, and then they pick another mid hero here. Like I said, I think Queen of Pain Shadow Fiend is a weird matchup. I think Queen of Pain loses it unless she gets some really good ganks off. But she would definitely beat a Nyx Assassin in the... maybe not definitely. She would trade decently against Nyx, but I think the mana burn's really good against Quap, so maybe they don't do that, but I'm just trying to think of what other hero they might pick. Like, maybe they pick a Lina or something and send it mid, or send it solo safe, and then, yeah, I don't know if this Dazzle wants to be with the Tusk or not, because they are up against a full-on tri-lane. The Witch Doctor, the Zeus, and the Naga are going to be in the safe lane, 100% guaranteed. And so, do they want to try to fight that? I don't know. Oh, yes, they do. Dazzle Huskar. I should have thought of that. I knew there was another hero that was really good with Dazzle. I was like, Dazzle Slardar? Dazzle? What is Dazzle good? Dazzle Huskar, of course. And this is definitely, I think, going to be down on the bottom lane. I don't think there's anything that Zeus or Witch Doctor or Naga Siren can really do to stop a Huskar from beating the crap out of them. Now, the first few levels of this game are going to be a little bit odd for them because, of course, the Naga has the Riptide, which shreds armor, and then you've got auto attacks and stuff. So I think if there's a good cask and a good little bit of auto attacking from the Naga Siren, they can deal with a Huskar, but it's not guaranteed. And if he gets up to that full 4 points in Berserker's Blood, they're going to start having some real troubles. But it looks like the Huskar's actually going safe. So they are going to send the Tusk solo offlane. And I was kind of mentioning this in the draft that, I was mentioning this in the draft, that the Tusk was meant to be offlane right from the beginning. But when I saw the Huskar, I thought, oh, they have to go aggro. But it doesn't look like aggro is going to be the choice. They're going to send the Huskar over towards the safe lane. They're going to have the Dazzle there to support him. Enigma's going to be jungling. Queen of Pain's going to be on the mid. And then we're going to have Tusk down on the bottom lane. Let's introduce the players once again for our third and final game in the UGC League Season 4 semifinals between Too Many Creeps and 9-inch Malez. Persian Prince going to be taking that Tuskar off towards the offlane. A Life on the Enigma. Burden on Dazzle. We've got Monster going to be taking Queen of Pain over towards mid. And ASAP on the Huskar. Nyx Assassin going to be played by Forrest. He's going to be in the offlane. We're going to have YouTube.com over on Naga Siren. Shoe Whistle on the Zeus. Michael on the Shadow Fiend. And of course Rahul on his Witch Doctor. So now there's already a lane ward placed down here by the Dire side so that they can see up to this high ground, and this is so important for this matchup. You know, Shadow Fiend is going to rely a lot on being up on the top of the hill, just out of vision range of that Queen of Pain. And now Queen of Pain doesn't have to worry about that. She can kind of just throw the daggers away. And she's walking up to the high ground so that it looks like she is just gaining that vision on her own, but in reality, she's got the ward there, and Shadow Fiend's not going to find out about that until much later. SF did start with the Wraithband build, so he's going to have a bit of a harder time getting his bottle, and I feel that this build is a little more, it's a little more dangerous for a Shadow Fiend to go for this. It gives you a little more last hit damage right off the beginning, sure, but what it doesn't do is give you a, oh, is that going to stack? No, that's not going to stack, buddy. You got to stack at 55. Ooh, that's not good. What it does do, though, is it eats up a lot of your starting cash, which means your bottle is going to be a little more delayed. Plus, it doesn't... once you run out of raises, you run out of last hits, pretty much. Like, it is super hard to get last hits as a Shadow Fiend, especially against a high last hit damage hero like Queen of Pain. And, I mean, we can see this coming into effect here. I mean, he's trying to raise for last hits, he's trying to do what he can, but he's just getting bullied out of this lane, and Monster's playing this really well, standing really aggressively forward and chipping out damage with that dagger, and Michael just can't get the last hits he needs, and sure, he's raising for the last hits again. Oh, dive forward, and this dagger might be the kill here. Oh, we've got Zeus standing by for the deny. Oh no, they give him a salve. He's going to survive through it, but he's going to have to walk back to base. Queen of Pain pretty much definitively won the lane already, and like I said, you only have the mana pool for so many raises. Like, you can only raise so many times on the mana pool that you have at the start. So buying a Wraithband just means that you don't have the gold to get you close enough to the bottle with those raises, as you would with just going, you know, 2 branches and a couple pooled tangos. But anyways, enough about the SF Quap, but top lane. This is definitely interesting. Husker's just kind of farming away up top. It looks like he's doing pretty good. I need to get the last hit charts up here. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty even across the board. Husker and Naga trading pretty evenly, but Nick's having a really hard time getting close to anything, and he might get a little bit of experience here as he's pulled his wave off towards the side camp here, but you know, the hard camp creeps are not dying. All that's really going to do is give him the opportunity to get these dire creeps, which actually, oddly enough, didn't aggro over to the side. I figured if they saw this range creep, they might pull themselves over, but they did not, and instead, Nyx gets himself a full wave of creeps, so he's level 3, he's not doing too bad for the offlane. Tusk finds himself a Zeus, and there's going to be a little bit of a brawl right here, but Zeus is going to try to turn it around and finish off the Tusk. He's walking towards the Ancients. Looks like he maybe wanted to deny himself, but not going to be able to. Throws the Ice Shards, and with that little bit of damage, Monster's going to get the first blood over on the Zeus. So, well played there by the Tusk, kind of kiting him around just long enough that the Queen of Pain could show up and provide a little bit of extra damage. Oh, Queen of Pain. Whoa, 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 Queen of Pain. You crazy, girl. You crazy, jumping in on the mid lane, gets on the Shadow Fiend, and finds the kill there, so I really didn't think SF was that low, but I guess Quap saw an opportunity, and bam, there she goes. So 2 kills up on the board for 9-inch Malez already, and getting a Queen of Pain this many early kills is going to be super dangerous, especially since the opposing SF is having such a hard time farming. And we see that now. His team is starting to stack for him. He's going to try to get himself a couple creeps up, but he only has 2 points in raise, and that's going to mean that it's going to be hard for him to bring down these jungle creeps. I mean, 3 full raises and an auto attack to kill off an Alpha Wolf. You can imagine how much harder it's going to be against the Hellbear Smashers or even the Center Conquerors. He's trying it now, but he's out of mana, and all he's really relying on now are auto attacks. He can't even afford a bottle at this point. This is one sad, sad SF. That said, they are trading it for pretty decent farm on the Naga Siren on bottom lane. What's this courier doing? What's this courier doing? Oh my god, Naga microed it with her illusions. Okay, they've... If that courier walked in and tried to attack Tusk, I would have laughed so hard. Oh my god. But, yeah, no. Naga Siren, she's getting pretty decent farm. She's got a bottle up already. She's farming up the jungle creeps while the lane is kind of away from equilibrium, and she's got a bottle up to keep her in mana. So if this lane remains as steady as it has so far, Naga Siren should have a pretty quick Radiant, which could equal a lot of troubles for 9-inch Malez. I mean, we saw this kind of split-pushing style from TMC in the first 2 games. Could you imagine what they could do with a Naga Siren? I mean, it's just going to be ugly. Anyways, Black Hole is now up on a Enigma. He's going in on top lane. They don't even need the black hole. There is no mana left on the Nixess, and he's got nowhere to run, and the bug will drop, actually, to the Dazzle. I think that was a Dazzle auto attack. He doesn't have Shadow Poison, so that wasn't it. But, yeah, Nixess is going to drop up on top. 3-0 is the kill score. And top lane tower probably just going to drop here. I don't imagine this tower survives. Dazzle's kind of cutting the wave, keeping the creeps off, and tower goes down. There's a fortify that they can use. They probably will just to kind of stall it out, but tower's going down regardless. No fortify? Okay. I mean, it's a free fortify. Might as well waste their time. But meanwhile, down on bottom, Witch Doctor. Looks like he was going for the rune, and Queen of Pain and Tusk found him. And that's another kill for the Queen of Pain. So Monster off to a really good start as opposed to the position he was in last game. Playing the Zeus on that mid lane, he had a really rough game with the Spirit Breaker charging him down all game. He had, he ended up getting really stacked later on. He had a Bloodstone that had a lot of charges, but for now he just, or for the early game, he just wasn't doing that well. But top lane, the pressure continues as the Enigma Eidolons chip away at this top tier 1, and the Eidolons are keeping healed up by the Shadow Wave on Dazzle. And a lot of tower damage going down, and nothing nothing can really stop this. I mean, yeah, okay, so they pull the creep wave off. There's not enough Eidolons anymore. Actually, they could have made more Eidolons. I guess they just decided there were too many heroes missing and they didn't want to push their luck. So they back off, but leave this tier 2 tower really, really low, and it's going to drop. Or it's not going to drop. My words got confused there. My my girlfriend asked me for a couple of my Sour Cherry Blasters in between games, and so I gave her some, and she just snuck out of our bedroom and walked in, grabbed the whole bag, and took it back to her, back with her. She had the cutest little grin on her face. But anyways, 4-0. And Zeus making his way up towards top. He is still not level 6 though. This is, of course, the support Zeus as opposed to the core Zeus that we saw last game, but still trying to offer a little bit of help for this Nyx assassin. And it looks like Nyx is trying to bait, like he's like, hey, Husker, come get me. But I think even with Zeus and Nyx there, if Husker jumps, I think Nyx and Zeus still both die. So I don't know what Zeus is doing up there, but looks like he's trying to help out. Oh, okay, so he uses the lightning bolt. They clear out the aggressive lane ward, so they know he's up there, but Tusk gets a haste. He's looking towards mid. Maybe he finds a Shadow Fiend here, but SF is playing really far back, and looks like he's actually just heading back to base to refresh his bottle. Tusk not able to do much with that haste rune. Naga continuing to farm pretty damn well. Has herself a Ring of Akia and a Poor Man's Shield, so a lot of those good early stat items to keep her healthy, and 13 armor on this hero early on. Really, really strong. Ah, I did it again! Ah, okay. I will adapt. I will adapt. I've always found that's the thing that really separates the good Dota commentators from the bad ones. You can tell when you listen to a less good Dota commentator that they have a lot of these sayings or colloquialisms that they repeat over and over. And I've noticed myself doing it here and there, and I'm like, no, I gotta stop. Naga Siren facing pressure in the jungle there. There's the Sonic Wave, and ooh, Black Hole for absolutely nothing. It looks pretty, but that's about all it does as the Witch Doctor walks away from that clean. But they get the Naga Siren, and I think they're happy with that. Shutting down the Naga farm is going to be key to NIM taking this game, and certainly enough, yeah, sure enough. They managed to do that. Despite Naga being leader in the last hit charts, they do bring her down, and that's going to disrupt her farm for a little while. And if they can take away her tier 1 tower, it's going to do work for them as well. Look at these sentries. Sentry here, and sentry here. I guess they're just blocking out camps. Like, they've got the hard camp and the small camp blocked, and then they're blocking this, but... Alright, we got a bit of a pause here. We're waiting for, not sure what we're waiting for. Either way, Husker just working away at top lane, and he's got his armlet up, so he is, oh man, if he sees this Zeus, Zeus is dead. I don't think any amount of TPs in the world will save Zeus. Perhaps it will get a turnaround kill, but definitely not going to Definitely not going to save this Zeus, so I think Zeus needs to be really careful about his positioning here. If he gets, like, up to here, he's dead. So, we'll see if he backs off or if he hangs around, but, yeah, Husker's got that armlet, he's got the life break. If he jumps on you, he's going to armlet toggle everything you have till the end of time. Alright, there's not too much to talk about in terms of items. Enigma is going for a mechanism first. I think, I had him highlighted earlier, but I didn't actually call that out. Michael looks like he's trying to get himself up a set of power treads. Despite the 1 death, he is actually doing okay. He's got 54 last hits to his name, so farming up the jungle and kind of avoiding that mid lane has worked out well for him. But yeah, not too much else to speak of, and looks like we're ready to go. Pause is done, and we're back into the game.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Just shy of 10 minutes in here, and this bottom tier 1 tower is going to be facing a lot of pressure as a fresh wave of creeps comes in and a new set of Eidolons are spawned. So this tower probably going to go down. I don't see TMC wanting to rotate for this, but they do need to make sure that they secure their half of the map, or else Naga's farm is going to disappear really, really quickly. Ah! Again! Well, actually, probably it's probably actually more annoying that I'm calling it out than I'm actually doing it nowadays, but either way, I'll try to cut back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, folks. Oscar working away at farming up some neutral creeps here and using that armlet to good effect. Looks like he's going lifesteal first. He's going for that Helm of the Dominator. Of course, lifesteal does now stack with Searing Spears as per 683 or 684. I can't remember which patch that was, but either way, it is OP as hell now, but Tier 1 tower going to be facing some pressure as well. NIM really, really want to get right on TMC. They want to cause this game to end as quickly as they possibly can. Shoe Whistle, he's going to be teleporting out of that, but Nyx Assassin, is he going to be as lucky? No, he just walks out. He's fine. Coconut bouncing around. He's going to hit a couple heroes, but Tier 1 tower is still going to drop. They're going to fortify for it, but a couple seconds later, tower still drops. Wham bam, thank you ma'am, there it goes, and 3 Tier 1s drops on the Radiant side, and not a single one dead on the Dire. This is a little bit unlike TMC. I mean, we saw them trading tower for tower really well in the last 2 games, but they just don't have the lineup to do it this time around. They went for the Naga, which is a much more of a late game bet, and as well, their Shadow Fiend just had a really hard time getting started. He's going for a mechanism now, so they're going to have a little bit more of more push potential with him. But that's still going to be a little ways off. He's still got to wait for the buckler and the recipe, which is about another 1,600 gold that he has to wait on. So definitely not ready to push quite yet. But ooh, Tusk finds himself a Nyx Assassin, but with the Zeus ulti, he's going to get picked off himself, and Nyx gets a good pick there. And first kill of the game for Too Many Creeps is on a Tusk, who just drops himself a little too low. Meanwhile, top lane Husker working away, just trying to get himself back up to that Tier 2 tower, maybe chip away at a little bit more of that life that was brought down so low early on. But yeah, he's not going to commit to pushing himself. He's just going to let the creeps do that little bit of damage. And I think when the tower is at about this range, the 200 to 400 mark, you can be pretty sure that if you get a full wave of creeps and a couple heroes up to the tower, it's going to go down. So you don't have to worry too much about chipping it down to 161 HP. You know, just wait it out. Mid lane, Husker and Tusker go for a dive on the mid lane, find the Witch Doctor, and unfortunately for them, they don't get the Naga Siren, but I think they're happy with the kill they got regardless. Naga now sitting on 2k gold and just getting so close to that, well, not so close, about halfway to that relic, but if that comes up, that's going to be a, it's going to be a big nuisance for 9-inch males. But working on Roshan now, they want to get this early and start pushing hard. Like I said, they want to end this game quick. That is the key to 9-inch males being victorious in this game. They need to hit this Naga before she gets too big. And even if she does get a Radiance at some point in this game, they just have to do... Oh, sorry, I keep burping. I'm chugging down so much water to keep my voice hydrated, and it just kind of gets my stomach a little gurgly. But I'm good. We're good. But yeah, no, they just want to get this they want to do considerable damage before the Naga Siren gets the Radiance, and she's on a pretty good track for it right now, but if they can chip down all of the tier 2s, maybe start threatening base before that Relic can come in, then I think they'll be in a good position, but... that TMC style... Oh, actually... Yeah, that TMC style kind of getting turned back on them now, as we saw them kind of grouping up for top lane. They looked like maybe they wanted to fight there, but Enigma shows up to kind of defend it, and pressure continues on the bottom lane. So 9-inch Malez are kind of playing TMC's game against them here, and it's partially because of the draft. I mean, they have the Queen of Pain this time around, they have the Husker, they have the ability to kind of fight around the map, but, you know, TMC doesn't, so... I'm not going to say that they're like consciously choosing to copy TMC's playstyle, but what they're doing now is kind of, the game is playing out in a very reversed standpoint from where it was last game, and with these rotations down to bottom, they might get themselves a tier 2 tower. TMC going to see if maybe they can trade up on top, but once again, the Enigma's nearby, he's got a black hole ready, and there's only 3 heroes here. They can't push much harder than these guys can. And yeah, tier 2 tower is going to go down, and they still have plenty of time to TP up to top and defend this if they want to. So Enigma's going to be there to kind of deflect the pressure for now. And no, 9-inch Malez, they don't care. They're threatening base. And they're saying, if you don't come back to us right now, you can take the tier 1, we'll take your tier 3, we'll take your racks. And ASAP standing right up front with that Aegis the Immortal ready to go. And he's dropped down nice and low on life, but he's got his heal working out. He's got the Dazzle nearby, and he has the Armlet. So if he wants to go ham, he still can. This half health means nothing to a Husker. And Naga, you know, she's trying to get out of the base. She's trying to farm up. She's about 100 or 1,000 gold from her Radiance, but the team fight breaks out, and here we go. The Queen of Pain doing all the damage she can. The Shallow Grave out on the Husker, and the Armlet toggles are good. Is he going to be able to survive? No, he's not, but it doesn't matter. He's got the Aegis of the Immortal up. Shadow Fiend's going to be dead, and they're going to start working away on this tier 3 tower. And there's really no way for TMC to approach this. I mean, sure, maybe they can song, maybe set up for a Death Ward or something, but it's not going to matter. They just don't have the damage to combat this. There's... excuse me, coughing. They still got the black hole, they still got lifelink, and yeah, the Witch Doctor gets a 3-shot, and Zeus, dropping really low. The Song of the Siren gonna save her, but save him, but did not save the Zeus, or saves the Zeus, did not save the Witch Doctor. And Queen of Pain just gonna blink forward, looking for the Nyx Assassin, and finds it with the DD rune. Nyx is gonna buy back, but this tier 3 is gonna fall, and racks are gonna start getting worked on. The Armlet toggles, are they gonna be good? Looks like they should be fine. There's a stun out on the Husker, but Snowball goes in on Michael. They get a Tusk Punch out, and Shadow Fiend, he just cannot stay alive, and there we go. Witch Doctor, but oh my god, that Shallow Grave, so good, and Rahul is going to die. The Armlet toggles, will they keep ASAP alive? No, he is gonna fall, but the tier 3 is down, and the melee racks will fall. So this was what I was talking about when I said considerable damage needed to be done before the Naga got her Radiance, and sure enough, we see the Naga still 200 gold away from her Relic, working on it, almost there, but they lose a Rax. And 9-inch Malez playing their strategy insanely well. They get in there, they use the Husker, they position themselves so aggressively, and they get the couple kills. But that's the only problem with pushing this soon, is that respawn timers are so quick. We saw the Witch Doctor die, and then he respawned naturally, and he came back in and helped kill the Husker. And so, you know, but despite all of that, still only 2 kills on the side of TMC. All they have was the lucky pick on the Tusk in the jungle there, and then that 1 kill on the Husker in their base, and that's it. So now they're down a lane of racks, and they're going to be having a really rough time continuing this game. Arcane Boots on Tusk, that's interesting. Most people just go phase into a bottle or something to keep him in mana, but he's just decided to go for the all-out Arcanes, and I guess that's kind of just more to feed into their push strategy. They've got the Arcanes on Enigma, sure, but they didn't have time to get it on the Dazzle or whatever, so this just kind of gives them the sustain they need to keep pushing. You know, Queen of Pain's a very mana-hungry hero, Tusk is a mana-hungry hero as well, and even Dazzle is pretty mana-hungry as well, so kind of keeping everybody in mana while they go for these aggressive 5-man pushes is pretty smart. I think this game it works out well. Most other games you'd want your Tusk to have the phase boots or even power treads, but They're gonna go back and defend their tier 1, but I think they figure that they can get the tier 2 without the Queen of Pain. They're continuing to push here. The Armlet is up on the Husker. He really doesn't care. The Eidolons are chipping away at the tower, and despite the Zeus bursting down the wave, tier 2 taking hit after hit after hit after hit, and this is gonna be it. No one there to deny it. No one there to fortify, and tier 2 tower drops. Top, TMC trying to make a trade out of this. Oh no, the stun hits on the Witch Doctor. He ain't making it out of this one alive. Throws out a coconut, but he is going to drop. And this tower is within deny range. Hey, Quantum's here. What's up, buddy? Husker finds himself a Zeus, and yeah, bye-bye Zeus, you ain't living through that. He goes down, and this Halberd is the perfect choice for Husker right here. I mean, there is no way anyone on TMC is getting an MKB anytime soon. Ooh. TP is good, gets Michael back to base, but yeah, so that little bit of evasion is going to go a long way for Husker, and of course the disarm for the Shadow Fiend is going to be really, really big. I don't think the auto attacks from Naga Siren matter all that much, so you know, whatever. But she's got her relic, and she has got 1,100 gold in the bank. Maybe she just, yeah, she sells the Quelling Blade and the Poor Man's Shield so she can get her Radiance. That is so big for her right now, and maybe, just maybe, too many creeps can stall this game out with the Radiance, but it's going to be a hard-pressed... yeah, they're going to be really hard-pressed to do that because these illusions are still not very tanky. If 9 Inch Males wants to commit to a fight, all they have to do is kill the illusion and keep pushing. Like, they shouldn't have a problem doing that. And I mean, we see that now. Queen of Pain walks forward, Scream of Pain, there goes the illusion, they keep pushing. So, Naga's going to have to be really good about microing those. As well, she needs to get some quick stats up. She needs to get, I don't know, treads or a bracer or something to kind of give her illusions a little bit more life to try to sustain themselves against 9 Inch Males. But Nick Assassin has a Midas, and he's going to find himself a Tusk in the jungle here, and with the Zeus ulti, they find a kill. Wow. Yeah, this is something I actually forgot to call out in the draft, but having the Nyx Assassin with any sort of global hero is super, super potent. I mean, we see that happen right there with the Zeus getting that level 2 ulti off, and it kills the Tusk. And I mean, the other combo that my team and I have run quite a bit in the past is the Nyx Assassin and the Ancient Apparition. When the Nyx Assassin finds somebody, you just throw you throw the snowball at them, and as soon as it hits, the Nyx pops and they die. It's really good. Top lane, Naga trying to rat this out a little bit, maybe get up here and try to catch that tier 1 tower that they didn't actually deny, but the TP is going to be there from Persian Prince to kind of shut this down, and he's going to clear out the illusion and keep his lane safe. I'm not sure if he wants to deny this. I think they should.